Hello and welcome to the Freedym Show. My name is Ryan Lee, the founder of Freedym.com, the number one resource for heart-centered lifestyle entrepreneurs. And right now you're listening to the Freedym Show, which is the daily show featuring just 10 minutes of fluff-free advice showing you how to create a true lifestyle business. Because it's not just about the money, it's about the freedom. And if you want a very special gift to all of my best business building strategies condensed down to just 3 pages, head on over to Freedym.com, Freedym.com, or text Freedym, Freedym, to the number 33444. Enough of that craziness. It's time to get into it. We've got 10 minutes on, and we are bringing on my man Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith is a guy I've known for well over a decade. I met him when he was a trainer at a gym, and I remember he came to one of my events, and he started creating products. Jimmy stands out. I think he's 6'4". He's a big guy, and I still see him around town sometimes. And he's gone from an offline trainer to a very, very successful online business. Very successful. I won't say the numbers, but let's just say it's 7 figures. So he's doing really, really well. His website, if you want to learn more about Jimmy, it's physiqueformuladiet.com. And we're going to talk about how he does it. Jimmy, 10 minutes on. Can we rock it?
Let's do it. The clock's on. And if you guys are listening to the show, you want business tips. And Ryan gives 2 huge tips in his intro all the time. He has a personality. Hello, welcome to the Freedym Show. No one wants to just listen to another podcast. They want to listen to a personality. And Ryan is just an amped up version of himself because that's how he is in real life. And he also does a call to action. You know, go to my website is what he basically says. So those are the 2 biggest business lessons you guys might get this entire show.
Boom. And that's it for today. Have an amazing day, everybody.
We beat the record.
We beat it. We got it in like 30 seconds. No, I appreciate that. Thanks. And yeah, we never actually talked about that, but you're right. It's a good piece of advice. But now let's talk about you. You've created a really successful online lifestyle business. I know you're excited about systems. Let's talk about your actual system, how you do this, Jimmy.
Yeah, so we had talked a while ago, and we went into ads and numbers and things like that, and I know it gets too complex for people. So I want to boil it down to what I do to create my lifestyle business, because you can only focus on so many things, right? There are a million social networks now, or social media sites that are really good, and some might be worth your time, but you have to decide which ones really produce the results, whether that's through sales or conversions or whatever you're tracking. And you have to focus on those because you can get lost with so many social media sites, Ryan? Like, I'm not on Pinterest. I should be, but I have buddies in the dating niche that crush it with Pinterest. I do a lot on Twitter, but I don't really focus on it daily. But yet for one of my businesses, which is an olive oil business, I have 98 followers, but I produced a sale or 2 a day from Twitter because I use proper hashtags, because for the food specific niche, like they search hashtags. Maybe people don't do that in fitness or nutrition or whatever business you're in. And so every social network has a different pulse. But what I tend to focus on are Facebook and YouTube, because Facebook you can do a lot of advertisements, which we won't really get into because you've had a few good shows on that already. And YouTube because, I don't know, maybe 100 people view one of my videos, but for those 100 people, I connect. And when you take those videos and use them in blog posts and to sell other products and to retarget and connect with people that way, it has power. And then good old-fashioned email marketing. People seem to kind of forget that these days. I'm going to sound old when I say these kids, because now retargeting is the biggest thing. And people talk about how you can retarget and it's an invisible Facebook list, and that's true, but I want to own something, and email marketing allows me to own that. So that's the system we'll get into today.
Okay, let's dive in. What specifics should we go? So you said Facebook, you said YouTube, and give us an each one. Or you said Facebook, YouTube, and email. Those are your 3 big drivers, right?
Yeah.
Give us one big tip for each one. Let's start with Facebook. Give me your biggest strategy for Facebook.
Well, honestly, the biggest strategy for Facebook has been with me is I do page-promoted posts. So basically what it is Facebook back in the day was all images. And you know that, Ryan. When you used to go back on Facebook, there used to be a million images. And now it's all changed to video because Facebook has their 20% rule where a picture can't have more than 20% text.
Right.
And there's a lot of good websites out there. They're free ones you can Google that will take an image you upload and will tell you if it's more than 20% text. So all I do is I take an image, it has like a nice saying on it, a fear is a liar, or, whatever, a phrase like that, put it on a fan page, and then I boost that post. You click the little button there, boost the post. And Facebook allows you to really target a lot of specific people. So in the food business, for example, I might target the Food Network, Rachel Ray, Cooking Light, pages like that. And while you don't necessarily get the amount of clicks that you would if you were doing a Facebook, ad right to a website or a squeeze page, the clicks, in my opinion, are so much more targeted. Mm-hmm. For example, the other day I tested out. I was like, I'm going to spend $9, and I don't know why I picked $9. I don't know. I did that, and I did for 3 days, so $3 a day. And I know this is small change to a lot of people, but I wanted to see. I got 90 website clicks to an opt-in page. I got 40 opt-ins. So 1 out of every 2 person was giving me their email address, and I didn't do anything spectacular. I wasn't Gary Halbert with my copywriting. All I did was say, hey, would you like delicious recipes sent to your inbox every day? Click here. Like you can't get easier than that. It takes you 2 minutes to set it up, and that's really what's working with me on Facebook right now. Is just it's a little more of engagement than a typical Facebook ad.
Okay, give me one YouTube strategy.
The best thing that's working me for YouTube is being a personality. Just being myself, you don't have to. It's not about who has the right information, who has the wrong information. It's just about going down there, talking about hot topics that people are interested in, and then repurposing it. Putting it on your blog, using it for that information. Being consistent with YouTube. People love seeing people on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. So, and then email. Give me one email strategy.
So the emails is just. Again, it's the same thing. I am kind of old school where I still want to build that opt-in list. So It's about creating value. Me and Ryan, we both talk a little bit about pro wrestling. And it's funny, I just found an unauthorized biography of Vince McMahon, so the head of WWE. And years ago, back in the 70s, Vince had bought a Coliseum in Cape Cod, right? So and this has a point. And he had to put exhibition hockey games on. To get the Boston Bruins to go there, he had to guarantee them a $50,000 advance. So how did Vince make up for that advance? He did VIP packages. What was one of the quote-unquote perks in the VIP package? His wife's homemade meatballs she made that day. And I know we can all laugh at that, but the truth is you have to do something to add value. So, the days of the world's flatter. The internet is more social now. The days of, I'm going to give you 6 crazy tips for ripped abs, those days are gone. If you just have a little more human ability, I guess, in your sales copy, and it's like, hey, I'm going to give you this workout that really helps you get a lean stomach. That seems to work better for me. But, the main thing is...
Give them meatballs, Jimmy. Give them meatballs.
Right, got to give them the meatballs. And all that, guys, goes back to my blog. I am, I want to have the busiest 5-article blog in the world because I like writing. But I like writing if someone's going to read it. I know if I can make a 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 word blog over the course of 2 weeks, let's say, and have a lot of value there, then I can do ads. I can drive YouTube traffic for there. I build a relationship with people that, the click-throughs to ebooks or to supplements are through the roof when you actually give people value. But I'm not relying on Google to do that. I'm driving it myself.
Yeah. So now that we talked about, so that's traffic, let's talk a little bit about systems. We have a couple more minutes. The systems you do to run and manage your products and programs.
Yeah.
You have digital and physical.
Yeah, I have digital and physical because I really found that having both, they really work well off the other. Someone might not buy a $12 meal plan book from you, but they might buy it after they try a protein powder from you that they really like. And and a lot of times entrepreneurs and people listening get caught in the doing and not the managing. You have to do a lot to get to the point where you can manage it, but then when you can manage your blog, you're not necessarily creating content every single day, and that's really where I spend the majority of my time is managing things, is managing inventory, which is a whole nother show, is managing responses on ads, right? Because Facebook has the ability to share ads, but if you get a negative comment in the ad, you have to kind of monitor that. So the system is really manage and overview things on a daily basis. Once you get out of this creation mode and step back, that's when growth happens because you can kind of analyze and see where you want to take your business.
I love it. Any final words of advice for Jimmy? From Jimmy, for Jimmy, to everyone listening who wants to start their own lifestyle business. Yeah,
everybody tells you to think big, and you should. You should want to own the New York Yankees, right? But you really have to think small because with all the information out there, with all the great shows and products Ryan has, it's really easy to get caught in the next big thing. Mm-hmm. So think small, think what you can do today to have an impact on your business in a positive manner, and little things add up over time.
I love it. So the big things to me, the big takeaway is the meatballs.
Meatballs, brother, always. They're
it's
delicious.
All about the meatballs. Well, I appreciate you coming on here, Jimmy. Let me mention your page one more time, Physique Formula Diet. And I know you always like to come on and share and pay it forward. And you're just rocking it. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate every single person listening. All million of you. All right, there's not a million of you, but there's a lot. There's a lot of listeners, and I appreciate it. If you do enjoy this, you can always subscribe at iTunes, and that is it. I will see you tomorrow. I am here every single day, 7 days a week. Jimmy's known me for over a decade. Jim, do I ever stop, baby? Come on.
No, you don't. And if you didn't have kids and a lovely wife, I'm sure you'd live stream 24 hours a day.
I would do it 24 hours a day. While I sleep, I would just have the phone right next to me. And it would be called the snore marketing method. But have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, 24 hours from now. Have an amazing one. Take care, and bye-bye.